Hey, I'm Andrew. I am the CEO of Team Ossanna. We are a commercial floor cleaning and water damage restoration contractor here in Arizona. And we service all types of commercial facilities from medical, hospitality, educational, some government buildings. We provide services like commercial carpet cleaning, tile cleaning, upholstery, and water damage restoration, which can be anything from flood cleanups from broken pipes, faulty appliances, roof leaks. And then on the back end, we'll do the reconstruction and make any repairs, which could be painting, drywall, flooring, etc.
My name is Heavenly Muldrew. My title would be a senior Salesforce architect, consultant, things of that nature. And my industry would probably be all things Salesforce.
Before Salesforce, we used to be very pen and paper. A lot of stuff was done on Word documents and saved on files on the computer. And it was very disorganized and it was impossible to track things. And starting out, it's great. It's a very low budget way to get going. But, very quickly as you start getting the ball rolling, you realize you need a much more robust system for that. That's where we ended up finding the Salesforce platforms. We've been super happy with the CRM that Salesforce provides for our industry, just being able to track all those customers, opportunities, and quotes, and know the status of everything is just huge for us to give us that real-time data. Um, we also used to, before SAASTEPS, we used to use QuickBooks, which nothing against QuickBooks, it's a great software, but having to transfer everything out of Salesforce into QuickBooks is a very manually intensive and time-consuming activity. And it gets very mundane and boring very quickly. So being able to switch to something internal and just having that kind of cross paths makes it a lot easier.
Where I have come in for this, I came in after the purchase of Salesforce and the initial implementation that was provided to Andrew here. Well, my impact and what I've been doing here is I've been a sounding board to help improve process for not necessarily just the revenue, but like the lead the quote, cash the quote, whatever you may call it, process as well. I've been trying to make sure we talk through the what ifs, what this is going to look like in 1 month, 2 months, whatever that is down the line, and to just make sure that he's set up for greatness and not failure. That's been my job. From the technical side, as how I have chose to be implemented in the situation with like advice and things of that nature. I've been experienced with a lot of software that attaches to Salesforce and a few that do QuickBooks and things of this nature that actually handle the stuff after the quote. When it comes to those things, I basically was like, you should look out for this. This is going to happen. This is going to cost money, everything like that. You need to make sure that it hits all these boxes and that you're okay with it at the end of the day. And basically just trying to be that influence on him when he came to y'all and was able to, talk, negotiate, and then basically with your hands-on experience, was basically able to win him over. Because at the end of the day, I saw the documentation given to me, and I'm like, hey, it looks good over here. It's all about you at this point. So, and with y'all being able to win him over, that was the turning factor. And at least in my brain, I could be not hearing it right, but so
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, the before SaaS steps is just a very manual process. So looking to find a software that integrated very well with Salesforce or was already an app within Salesforce that we could, plug into what we had existingly and essentially just track the stages from, moving it from the quoting stage directly into that invoice stage, directly to that processing stage, and keeping it all internal within Salesforce was something that we definitely wanted to do. Being that we were exporting it before, we knew how cumbersome that was, and that was definitely a path that we didn't want to take. So once we were introduced to SaaS steps from our Salesforce sales representative, looking at all the options and a few other, apps as well, we decided that the seamless integration was most important to us because that's what streamlined our process and made it easier for our office staff to, swiftly and quickly move data over and get invoices out so we could get paid as quickly as possible.
The onboarding experience has been great. There hasn't been a point in time where I felt like that there was mm, unnecessary like consultant speak. You know what I mean? Like there was being truth being told on y'all end about what's going on to what you were representing or basically putting into the system, especially just like from a technical standpoint. So from the time working with your lead software, John, I can't
Ronaldo.
think of his
Ronaldo.
name. From there, he was very hands-on, moved everything in the system as he said it was supposed to. It was really, really smooth. Of course, there was the, back and forth with the little tweaks to make sure, emails were being sent like this looks like that, looks like that. And it was all great. There was not enough stuff not necessarily left in the ether, but you guys were very responsive and very on top of it from my opinion. Um, Using the software as well, me seeing a lot of Salesforce organizations, I know what managed packages can look like and can do to a system. So from my standpoint, what the SAASTEPS package actually looked like and functionality wise as well, it was really, really superb. It was incredibly it it wasn't with a lot of fluff. And I'm not saying that you guys didn't go the extra mile. You didn't add extra things that would bog down the system. And I think that's very important for, let's say, if this is installed, the I happen to leave Andrew, someone else coming to the place, they won't be like in the like they won't be lost come in and look at the software because there's no extra flow. So with that like usability level, with the documentation, of course, it was all really, really good, especially coming from me who's seen the worst.
From a user standpoint, I we've never worked with, an app system like this before. Um, but I would say it went very smoothly. I think the onboarding process is well put together. And just from, the initial intake of finding out what the current process is and where you're hoping to be, and putting those missing pieces together in the middle of what steps need to happen when and what information we need to be able to access and what information my customer needs to be able to see on their side when they get the invoice, like what are they looking at? As far as well as what my office is supposed to see and what my accounting team is supposed to see. Um, just putting all those visions together, and explaining this is what I need without kind of being able to envision what it looks like. And then having that vision put together at the end of pretty much what we needed and what it looks like, and having a very simplistic way to do that it's been great for us. And the communication to get there has been stellar. Tim and Ron and the rest of his team always get back to our emails within a pretty timely manner. They're available by phone, if we have an urgent need, and they're really happy to make those little tweaks that make us very happy with the software and very confident with it. I'm very comfortable with, doing training on it and having, other staff members, use it and make it part of their daily process. I would say if you are looking for a solution that allows you to stay within your organization and not have to have multiple software systems, and if you're looking for a software that can be customizable to somewhat mimic your current process while having kind of an updated flow of things, and being able to have, a very good support system and very good feedback on not only what you want, but what the software is intended to do and what it should be doing. I would definitely recommend SAASTEPS to anyone who's already within Salesforce and wants to have that seamless integration and have that support and, be able to build, what they envision and have that be part of their company and have that be part of their process that just flows really well with, the rest of the systems that they have.
From a technical standpoint, I also would recommend just purely based on the stuff I said before. I believe with the level of documentation, level of hands-on ability that y'all brought to the table, It would allow anyone from basically a junior admin to someone as myself, or even higher, like a super developer, to really just get in there and handle it. So with the ability of like a plug and play, something on top of Salesforce, and the actual quality of the product y'all built in the plug and play managed package, it makes it available. It makes it the ease of access for that range of Salesforce personnel to come in and use the software. So I would recommend for that reason. I wish I said that cleaner, but there you go.